Get ready for the morning rush.
Quick wrap of your news and weather. We'll start with Chris Gilson.
A very nice day ahead for New Mexico. A chilly start, needing that jacket right now. By the afternoon, we're going to see a lot of sunshine, high temperatures on the warm side. But notice what happens as we head into the overnight hours. Another storm system closes in, bringing that chance for some snow around the Four Corners as we head into your Friday.
And as you get ready to head out the door, we're from the day's top local stories. We start with Catherine Mazzone.
Happening today, American Airlines is mourning the loss of one of its pilots. FAA officials say First Officer William Mike Grubbs died just before landing at the Albuquerque Sunport. They say the captain radioed in to air traffic control, alerting them to a medical issue on board. Emergency responders spent 35 to 40 minutes trying to revive Grubbs, but were unsuccessful. What American Airlines is saying this morning, coming up in the 5 Facts. Sarah?
APD has identified 48-year-old Stephen Lee Wright as the man who threatened customers with a machete at a Northeast Albuquerque Smith's. They were dispatched to the Smith's near Lomas and San Pedro for a man what they say was threatening people with a machete. As police were en route, they say Lee Wright had gotten into a fight after stealing items from Circle K. Police say Lee Wright ran to a backyard on Arizona Street. A K-9 unit eventually found him hiding in some bushes. He was taken to the hospital with dog bite injuries. Adam?
Details this morning on a baby found dead at a Santa Fe motel while being watched by a babysitter this month. According to the Albuquerque Journal, police say that baby had injuries consistent with being choked and with being shaken or thrown on a bed. This comes after initial reports indicated the boy may have suffocated. 25-year-old Rachel Smith admitted to being on heroin while babysitting at the Thunderbird Inn in Santa Fe this month.
On to new details. We now know jurors will hear incriminating statements made by a wife accused of murdering her husband. Amy Adetta is charged with second-degree murder. Police say she killed her husband, Mark Adetta, during a party at their Albuquerque home in 2012. A judge ruled that a statement Adetta told a friend will be allowed at trial. That trial is set to start in July.
As you wake up today, APD is looking for help figuring out how a woman died on I-40. A driver going westbound on I-40 at Tramway says that they saw that body in the road yesterday morning. Police are trying to figure out what then led up to the woman's death, and they're asking if anybody was in that area between midnight and 3:30 yesterday morning and may have seen something to give them a call. Police are still trying to determine the woman's identity as well.
On to new details now. We're learning more about that deadly crash that killed 13 people between a church van carrying senior citizens and a pickup truck in southwestern Texas yesterday afternoon. The head-on crash happened on a 2-lane road outside Garner State Park. That's about 75 miles west of San Antonio. This morning, the only survivor of the bus crash remains in the hospital in serious but stable condition.
New this morning, the city of Seattle is suing President Trump over his executive order that threatens to withhold federal funds for so-called sanctuary cities. The city says it will not help round up and deport undocumented immigrants because it claims it's unconstitutional for local governments to enforce federal laws. Seattle stands to lose $10.5 million in federal funds for public safety programs under that executive order.
On to new news this morning. A Hawaii federal judge's order that blocks President Trump's travel ban is now extended until the state's lawsuit works its way through the courts. U.S. District Court Judge Derek Watson blocked the core provisions of the revised executive order just 2 weeks ago. The Justice Department may appeal the ruling to the 9th Circuit Court of Appeals. We'll let you know what happens.
The Bernalillo County DA is now asking the state Supreme Court to step in after he says the constitutional amendment that would keep more suspects behind bars until trial is not working. Raul Torres says his prosecutors have tried to use it 78 times this year, but judges in state district court have granted it in only 26 of those cases.
On to a traffic alert for you this morning. Starting today, the north and southbound lanes of Louisiana at Central will be closed for the ART project. It will stay closed until April 5th. According to officials, this will accelerate the construction process and will significantly minimize the duration of the work in that busy intersection. Central Avenue will remain open. Chris.
The Metro Threat Index for your Thursday only at a 1. It will be breezy at times, but after some morning chilly temperatures, we're going to be seeing some warmer temperatures this afternoon with highs back into the lower 70s for today.
New at 6 this morning, more evidence that brushing your teeth is good for your health. Gum disease and tooth loss may increase older women's risk of death. In a 6-year study, researchers from the University of Buffalo found postmenopausal women who had a history of periodontal disease had a 12% higher risk of dying from any cause.
New details this morning. A study finds people with hepatitis B or C are significantly more likely to develop Parkinson's disease compared to the general population. Oxford researchers say it's still unclear if the virus itself triggers Parkinson's or if the same factors make them susceptible to both conditions.
Also new at 6, Lyft is testing a new service in San Francisco and Chicago called Shuttle. There are designated pickup and drop-off locations, and vehicles travel along a designated route, kind of like a bus. The service offers a fixed rate fare with no surge pricing.
Now let's take a look at the morning traffic. As we take a look outside, we're looking at some minor slowdowns around the Big I on I-40 eastbound.
All right, while the country may be divided politically right now, maybe most people can agree that free coffee is a good thing. That's why Starbucks is teaming up with a Harvard startup called Hi from the Other Side. It matches people with differing views, has them meet up and work together to unlock a Starbucks gift card for 2 free cups of coffee and hopefully have a civil conversation while they drink them.
Huh, that's interesting.
Right?
Okay, opening day is just 2 days away, and the Atlanta Braves unveiled a new statue at their brand new ballpark. Does he look familiar? It's baseball legend Hank Aaron. He's one of the best players of all time, and now fans get a chance to see a memorial of the man second on the all-time home run list. How cool is that?
Well done.
All right, time for the 5 facts at 6:54.
That's right. We'll start with number 5. A mystery letter is getting a lot of attention online this morning. A Hotel Andaluz employee found it in an envelope on the street in downtown Albuquerque. The letter inside appears to be a father's final attempt to tell his son about how he feels about their relationship. It's addressed to My Joe, and Chris Jacoby hopes the exposure will get this letter into the right hands again.
Yeah, hopefully they find the rightful owner. On to number 4. In just 2 months, a second trial for former Santa Fe County Deputy Ty Chan is scheduled to begin. Now, the lead detective investigating the shooting death of Deputy Jeremy Martin said in a whistleblower lawsuit against the city of Las Cruces that the police department denied resources to aid in the Chan investigation. The city denies the claims. More details on the lawsuit and a response from Martin's family on our KRQE News app.
At number 3, a chilly start will give way to a warmer afternoon. By lunchtime, we're sitting into the 60s. A nice day to spend some time outdoors today. Lower 70s for afternoon highs. Cooler as we head into the weekend.
On to number 2 now. As you heard of Catherine saying, the FAA is expected to follow up with American Airlines today after a co-pilot died during a landing at the Albuquerque Sunport. It's according to CNN, which also reports that the captain declared an emergency medical issue 2 miles from landing yesterday. New this morning, an American Airlines spokesperson says American Airlines is deeply saddened by the death of First Officer William Mike Grubbs. We're taking care of his friends and family, and our thoughts and prayers are with them at this time.
That brings us to number 1 in just hours now. The Senate Intelligence Committee in Washington is expected to begin its first public hearing over Russian interference into the 2016 presidential election and if the Trump campaign colluded with Russia. There are reportedly 20 witnesses on a list set to testify, starting with cybersecurity experts today. Both the top Republican and Democrat on the Senate Intelligence Committee are promising a fair and impartial investigation.